SDR News coverage of Interop 2014 in Las Vegas features interviews with a number of Interop exhibitors, including this in-depth interview series, which was recorded and provided by HP.
Let me introduce, first of all, Yarnin Israel. Yarnin, thanks for joining us. So Yarnin is a consulting technical marketing engineer who is a wireless guru. And as I mentioned before, one of the big parts of our announcement is we are doing a prototype. It's really just a demonstration, but it's actually an application called Smart Shopper. The Smart Shopper app is for the retail world. And the idea here is, as we talked about before, the idea is to monetize your network. So to actually go back to a CTO, CIO, and be able to say, look, I'm actually going to make money with this network. And so this is a retail application. It's currently developed for iOS, and an Android version is coming soon. And what it will do is allow you to imagine you're in a retail environment indoors, and you're going shopping, and you're walking by some specific aisle in a food store or in a clothing store, or you're walking by a store in a mall, and you could actually get pop-ups on your smartphone or mobile device to be able to be alerted about these kinds of things. So imagine also another example of this is if you're in a museum. And if you are walking around a museum, you walk in front of a specific piece of art or whatever kind of museum it is, imagine on your mobile device, you're knowing where you are and actually being able to pop up live audio or live video walking you through a museum. And so these are just some of the kinds of applications that Smart Shopper will enable. The other part of it that's exciting is it deals with retail analytics. So the idea is, if Yarnin's a shopper and I know that he loves golf shirts, when he's walking by that golf shirt aisle, I'm actually going to pop up, based on his past shopping history, I know that he's obsessed with golf shirts. And based on his shopping history, when he goes by that golf shirt area in the store, I'm going to give him some special promotion or some special discount to entice him to do it. So just some examples from a high end. But now let's zoom in on the technology behind it, because this is really cool stuff. So the technology behind it, the code name internally in HP Labs is Cupid, and HP Labs is HP's research arm, and some really smart people in there have been working on a lot of cool technology stuff. And I know, Yarnin, you've been engaged with this quite a bit. So maybe let me just summarize it. I'll give the high-level view, and then I'll let you give a little bit more detail. But basically, the whole concept with this is when you're in an indoor area, we can actually get down to basically a 1 to 2 meter range of identifying where you are location-wise. And if you're not familiar with this technology, the beauty of it is most of our competitors and most other solutions that are out there are probably in the 3 to 5 meter range, sometimes maybe even broader than that. So this really takes it to a whole new level from a range perspective. And the other part that's really exciting is we need a lot less access points. This is basic Wi-Fi. This is using regular 802.11 access points. So this actually, we're able to do it with a lot less APs. So Yarnin, I gave the fluffy high-level view from the marketing side. So we're technical marketing. So now we'll talk to you a little bit about the technical side.
Not a problem. All right. So as you said, there is no need for an overlay of APs to be deployed upon what you already have to serve the employees or the visitors or anyone else who needs to use the network, which reduces cost dramatically. Another thing that you've mentioned is the distance or the accuracy, which this is what makes our solution so much better when you compare it to others. We are actually able to come down to 1 to 2 meters, as you said, compared to 5 to 10 meters with our competitors. And how do we do that? The main concept that everybody is working around is the signal strength. The stronger the signal, or the level of the signal that you're received or being heard, is being calculated into the distance. The problem or the limitation with that is, in most cases, there is no direct line of sight. Therefore, the signal strength that you're receiving is affected by the environment. It's redirected and reflected. We at HP or HP Lab guys were able to filter out all these environmental effects and get down to the precise accuracy of 1 to 2 meters, which is amazing. It's mind-blowing. And that is basically the pillar in which Smart Shopper is being built upon. So without this accuracy, you can't really get to what you want. It won't be smart to send you the wrong advertisement if you're 2 aisles away, or give you the information on the specimen you're looking at the museum, as you said, if you're not standing in front of it.
Yeah, you get to look at you get a whole nice video about the artwork that's 20 feet away from you.
Correct, and that's the strength of Cupid.
Gotcha. And is there anything that when people are coming up, as far as what you're showing them, and if we can just from maybe a slide perspective, maybe we can just show just like I said, I like to give people who don't have the opportunity to be here live with us, give them a chance. Like if I were to walk up to you, Yarnin, and say, hey, what are you talking about? What's HP showing? Give you a little bit.
So as I said, everybody's doing it according to RSSI or RSSI levels, right? And the limitation, it is susceptible to environmental and structure variations. In reality, this is what we're getting, which is not direct line of path or basically a direct path. And HP is able to filter that out. Now, in tests that we have done, we can see our competitors, which are reflected by the blue ball here, and HP solution is represented by the red ball, and the actual location of the person is shown as the black triangle. Now, we're only doing that with 4 APs compared to the 6 that we recommend in the 10,000 square feet office environment, which correlates to roughly half the size of a football field for people to get their heads around the size of the environment that we're looking at. And you can see how much more accurate the Cupid is compared to the competition. Now, once again, as I said, with HP, there is no need for an overlay, as you would see with one of our biggest competitors here. These are the same APs that will serve the clients. And unlike other solutions where the updates are coming every 30 seconds to a minute, we can bring it up to every second. It all depends on your needs. So it's highly configurable.
And so just to recap also, you were saying, and I don't know if everyone can see the exact slide, but just to be clear, you said this kind of indoor area that you're talking about here is about half of a football field.
Yes.
And we only need four access points to have coverage from a
Yes.
location services perspective.
With 4, you can get as good as that. We recommend to go up to 6 if you want, but still 4 is enough to get a very high accuracy here, down to 2 meters.
Okay. And if I remember correctly, from a competitor perspective, most other solutions that are doing this, how many access points do they need to cover the same space?
With our biggest competitor, we're looking at 19, and that's an overlay, as I said, which add tremendous amount of cost. Now, another thing that other solutions or the competitors are bringing in, and they're not really explaining it when you deploy the system, is there is a constant cost of adjusting the system because of the accuracy that they are showing, which is down to 5 to 10 meters, as I said. What they do is they calibrate the system every time. Now, the calibration process requires someone to actually walk down the environment and have someone monitoring the system and then calibrate the results that are showing on the system compared to where the person is actually located. So that adds a lot of cost, and that cost is a continuous cost that goes every month, every year until the end of life. With HP, you don't need to do that. There is no need for adjustments. Once the system is up and running, that's it.
Excellent. Well, I just want to highlight, Yarnin, I really appreciate you going through this in a bit more detail, and it's awesome. I just do want to remind everybody, because I know we have some channel partners on, we also have some internal HP folks on the line here, but the one thing I want to highlight is this is just a prototype. So we announced this on Monday, we announced the location services, we announced the Smart Shopper, but this is just a prototype. So I just don't want everybody to feel like this is something that's available today and, look it up online and you can shop for it. So it's really exciting. As you can see, the main message here is around monetization, and the whole idea is that you could actually imagine, if you are in IT, being able to go to your C-level executive and actually explain to them that using this really cool location-based services, using this Smart Shopper app, if you're in a retail environment, actually be able to give money back to the business and actually not have to sit there and use networking as just be perceived as just a connectivity thing. So, Yarnin, thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy the rest of the show. It's almost over, right?
Almost.